Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
I wanna be a part of it.
Dimension 20's Unsleeping City is based on a magical 6th borough of New York City. So we asked Brennan Mulligan and Allie Beardsley how much they know about the real New York City.
I went to New York City a couple times growing up. My mom is from New York, but she left immediately and never looked back. So I'm not super familiar with New York City.
I spent my little bitty childhood here. I spent time upstate, visiting my dad in the city when I was 17. Came here for college and stayed here until I moved to LA to pursue the dreams that would lead to dropout and this very interview.
And that's when we met and started our amazing relationship. Oh! That's hilarious. I looked at the camera and it crashed. I literally, we held hands. I made loving eyes at the camera and it fell.
This is the magical City Hall subway station.
Wow, beautiful.
So this is not in service and has not been for a long, long time. You get here by, I think, taking the 6, because it's on the 456. You take the 6 past its last stop, and it goes through a beautiful, non-in-use subway station that you can see through the windows of the train. God, it's magical. I can't believe... No, did we use this? I think this is where the entrance to the Dragon of Bleecker Street's place was in the Unsleeping City. It's an incredibly magical location. Stay on the 6 past the last stop, heading southbound.
M&M Factory.
That's Yankee Stadium. This is Yankee Stadium.
Sure is.
Yankee Stadium is a stadium that I didn't go to too much. My dad was a Mets fan, and I used to go to Shea Stadium with my old man, and we would yell at the Mets, which is what Mets fans do.
That's fun.
I give the Yankee Stadiums that I bear them no ill will, but I would not pressure someone to go to a Yankees game if they did not feel in their heart that was the right.
Last time I was at a baseball game, the woman in front of me was Googling how long is a baseball game. So that should tell you how much fun is in store for you. M&M Factory.
This is the East River? Oh, Greenpoint.
Oh.
We're in Greenpoint. Oh,
you got married there.
I got married there. Look at that.
You got married there.
I got married in Greenpoint. And I lived in Greenpoint for a little while because a cruise ship broke. And I had nowhere else to go. I had sublet my room and I had to move into Ryan Haney's place.
We're stuck and we're moving with it.
I slept in a closet on an air mattress in the Unsleeping City. Pete the Plug was looking for the New York transplant experience, and at the time we were doing this, Greenpoint was a neighborhood that still had affordable apartments. It's like still largely a Polish immigrant neighborhood, and there's places for artsy, like people in Pete's bracket made sense to live in Greenpoint.
And not anymore.
Less so these days. Less so these days, for sure.
One of my best friends lives in Greenpoint, so that's usually where I'm at when I'm here.
Greenpoint was very central to me because at my most bohemian, where again I was sleeping on an air mattress in a closet, that's where I was. So there's a little bit of autobiography in some of the... Also a time I had just been dumped, and so I was like single and dating, and I was fun and fancy free in Brooklyn. So it's like, we're dating, we're doing shows at night, it's in a new neighborhood, life's an adventure.
Fun.
We have feelings for each other. Let's go to your place. I sleep on a balloon.
That is the M&M store.
Yeah, it was Times Square. Yeah, absolutely. Times Square is our billboard up here?
I know. I was just gonna say.
How about it?
We had a Times Square billboard. Believe it or not.
I looked at it with my dad and dissociated.
Aww, that's all. That's all I do with my dad.
Times Square. The most magical place in Times Square is not a place; it's time, which is funnily enough given its name. Times Square is the armpit of hell for 20 hours out of the day, but for a 4-hour stretch. In between, I'd say 1:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m., Times Square is beautiful. It's really,
wow.
really
like it's like, during COVID where everyone was like, Times Square is empty. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
How beautiful it is.
I used to be a driver for indie features. I was like a production van driver. And I would have to get up, because when you're a driver, you got to be up early enough to pick up the earliest people who are getting up.
Yeah.
So I was up at like 3:30 in the morning to get to work, and I'd walk through at like 4 a.m. with a cup of coffee and look, be freezing cold, and look at the lights, and you see all of the beating heart of this modern world of advertising, and just all for a moment. All of this power energy is directed at selling you and you alone.
Yeah.
Lingerie,
Yeah.
Broadway tickets, M&Ms, and you're like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Statue of Liberty.
This is, oh my God. Is this the Roosevelt Island Bridge? Which bridge is that? RFK. It's the RFK Bridge. Formerly Triborough. And that's heading to Queens, right? That's yeah. That bridge terminates in Neptune Diner, which I don't know if exists anymore. It's gone?
Brutal loss. Wow.
So Astoria is a really wonderful neighborhood. I believe for a period of time, Astoria had the distinction in the world, not just the country, in the world, of being the postal code with the most first languages spoken of anywhere in the world. And if that doesn't make you proud to be a fucking New Yorker, nothing will, baby. It's the melting pot shit is not a joke, man. I know it's corny, but it's fucking beautiful. It's amazing. People from all over the world come to Astoria and live there. And as Saint Bourdain said, Queens is the center of New York food. Like Queens, there's amazing food in every single borough, but Queens has a relationship to food, especially because of all the vibrant different communities. How many first languages are spoken here? How many cuisines are represented authentically from people who know how to cook it?
Ooh.
We know that. This was my stop when I lived in Williamsburg.
Wow.
Lorimer Street to Crosstown Line. This is the Lorimer Street L. Yep. Metropolitan. No, Lorimer Street L, Metropolitan G. That's right. It's a funny thing because, obviously every New Yorker complains about the subway because it should be better, but it is still the best 24-hour public transit. It transports millions of New Yorkers every day. Yeah. It's an incredible feat, and it creates a type of civic life that cannot exist in the American cities that were poisoned by Robert Moses' attempts to kill it, and that affected the American city such that places that should not be car-centric are car-centric.
Yes. Shout out to the MTA. Metro North. My whole family works on Metro North.
And I hear congestion pricing is kicking ass, right? That fucking rules. That's a bodega.
That's a bodega.
A bodega
is where cats live.
Is where you find bodega cats. A bodega is a spiritual center that gives the lie to the disproven thesis that the only way to ensure reliability of service is through the forced sterility of a corporate chain. You can get the constancy of your Panera bread from multiple homegrown local businesses. God bless the bodega, long may she reign.
I've been to a million bodegas. I love bodegas. God, I love bodegas.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese, large coffee.
Large coffee to go.
The real sixth
the one in
borough?
your heart.
Los Feliz.
Los Feliz. That's real. That's real.
That's
no,
fucking
that
real.
is real. Los Feliz in Los Angeles.
Let me tell you, Los Feliz is Brooklyn circa 2006. I look around and I'm like, I saw you in Brooklyn. I saw you in Brooklyn. Yep. I saw you in Brooklyn. What are you all doing out here?
Yep. If you're moving to LA from New York, just go to Los Feliz. You're going to end up there anyway visiting
You legally can't get an apartment anywhere else.
Yeah.
Thinking to myself, it can't be.